So when I say that Aajonus discovered the truth and there's nothing more to learn, look, let me tell you what there is more to learn. When it comes to health, there's not going to be any type of technology that's going to be developed to help you. There are going to be no supplements. It's not going to be fasting. It's not going to be salt or any type of product. The only possible thing that you could discover with health that can benefit you that Aajonus didn't know, it'll come from food. It's something that you could buy at a grocery store. Well, here's the thing. You're not going to buy it at the grocery store because people don't grow it and sell it. So what is there to learn? Herbs, plants, these types of medicines. It's never going to be dried. It's never going to come in a pill. It's a plant that you grow and you juice or you dice. And it's never going to interfere with any of the basic rules of the primal diet. You're not going to drink a shitload of it. Like Aajonus says, if you're doing an herb, you can make it 5% of your juice content. And that is fine. He says that's safe to do. So there's going to be no product that could ever be developed. No technology, no red light therapy, no hyperbaric oxygen, whatever. None of this stuff. Ice baths, fasting, all this stuff. Smoking, some dried thing, some product that's made in a lab. That will never be beneficial. So when I say Aajonus discovered the absolute truth, what am I referring to? Raw, fresh, unprocessed food. Fresh, never frozen food. It's not dry, it's fresh. It's never been frozen, and it's not cooked. What else am I referring to? How digestion works. You don't mix vegetable juice with raw meat. You don't mix most fruits with red meat. That's not going to change. You don't ever eat fruit first thing in the morning before you have meat. That will never change. That's digestion. That's how the body works. You don't have sugar before you have protein. Like in the morning. It's very simple. Turn off this heater. And so, like, you're never gonna have cream with with meat. You never have cream with meat. Fresh cream. You can have sour cream. You're never going to drink a bunch of milk with meat, unless the meat is patéed. You can get away with a little bit more milk. These things will never change, and it's not gonna be like, oh, you need this cooked animal fat. Oh, this rendered bear fat, beaver fat, or whatever. All these things like, oh, Aajonus didn't know about this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if it's raw, fresh food, Aajonus would not have been against it. And it's like, we have enough variety of food that we can get from the grocery store to produce amazing results. You will never, ever, 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 ever have to resort to some type of pill or supplement, And, like, the beef tallow, it's cooked. It's not raw. It's not primal. Simple. Or these other things. I don't know what people are even getting into these days, but it's a simple thing. What I'm saying with this is that if you want to learn more about health, it's not going to ever be a pill or some type of thing. It's like aspirin comes from like a tree bark. THC comes from marijuana, right? If you want these substances, you need to get it from the fresh plant itself. It's like, okay, marijuana, am I consuming dried marijuana? Okay. But here's the thing. Here's what I learned. I powderized my marijuana and I let it sit for a few weeks because I was, it got old, and it lost all of its potency and it started to give me slight headaches. So like Aajonus says, if you take a potent spice, and you dry it, it becomes toxic because the nutrients in it form into like free radicals, or the minerals turn like into like toxic heavy metals. Like the natural minerals inside the plant are good fresh, but if you dry it, it becomes toxic. So like the fresh marijuana, where it's dried, it's cured, but it's not completely dry. There's still moisture in it, and but it's not like completely dry. And okay, so aside from that point, because it's not completely dry, it's dried a little bit, but ideally, here's the thing: you get fresh marijuana and you ferment it until it turns into like high meat, something like that. Like you blend the weed and you juice it or something. Like I don't have that. I think the semi-dry is fine. It's not like it's completely dry and the weeds turned brown. You know what I mean? Or it's like even powderized, it's still green, but it's not like that dry. I don't like that. It's not good. It doesn't work very well. And so it's the fresh stuff, really good. It has to be cured a little bit for the THC to be activated and stuff. But aside from that, it's like, well, not even aside from that, like understanding at that point, if you have a plant, it can be cured and it can still be good. It just can't be completely dry. And so, look, you want to learn more about health? Research the medicinal properties of certain herbs. This is something that Aajonus still didn't get to learn about. The secret of the primal diet that is yet to be uncovered, the answer will be in herbs. Like, okay, you want to get seal meat? Seal meat can be wonderful for you. Are you actually is that going to be a reliable thing that you can get? You can't grow seal meat on your farm in Mexico, right? But a plant, really the only thing left to learn is these herbs, the natural plant medicines. This is what can be experimented on. You're still going to follow the routine, the principles, all the protocols of the diet. They're not going to change. The only difference is there might be some herbs you can mix with your meat or with your fruit meal or inside of your vegetable juice. Certain herbs that have natural medicines that the doctors make their pharmaceutical pills out of, the natural forms of that. So these natural plants have like medicinal, like drug compounds inside the plant. Those could be beneficial if raw and fresh, juiced, and not heated, not heat treated. So I'm just letting you guys know, like, this is what it comes down to. You guys don't need to experiment. No, Aajonus is not wrong about vegetable juice. No, Aajonus is not wrong about salt. No, Aajonus is not wrong about fruit juice. No, he's not wrong about fasting. All this stuff is not going to change. If you try to experiment with that, you're just going to waste your time and mislead people. So, you want to study someone other than Aajonus? Well, here's the thing. You need to first master Aajonus' teachings. Studying anybody else before Aajonus is a complete waste of time. Total waste of time. It's useless to study anybody other than Aajonus unless you've mastered Aajonus' teachings first. Then what do you do after that if you're studying someone else? It's never going to go against the principles. If someone has some like remedy with some tea and stuff for a sickness, here's the thing. Now you have to be really careful. Are these plants stopping the detox or are they reducing the pain of the detox? Now, how are you going to know if I'm gonna juice this herb because I have a cold and it's going to help me with my cold? Is it going to help you detox with less pain, reduce the suffering, or is it stopping the detox? That's what you have to figure out. How are you supposed to know that? You have to do laboratory analysis of tissues in the body, probably, or analyze vomit, or like look at the irises of 100 people who've gone through detoxes with this herb versus without the herb. See if they're still making progress. Would blood work be valid at any point in it? Well, I don't know. Like, okay, maybe like, okay, does someone have metal in the blood while they're experiencing symptoms? They take the herb. Is the suffering lower while the blood still contains heavy metals? You know what I mean? Can you still see the detox? Can you still see the toxins in the urine or the feces during the detox? Like if someone has diarrhea and they consume the herb, like is it stopping the diarrhea or is it like just reducing the other symptoms? Like if the diarrhea is continuing to go on, then like good, that means you're not stopping the detox, So it's just like, hey, is it getting rid of your headache because it's reducing the suffering or because it's stopping the symptoms? Like, how are you supposed to know? You, some random person with minimal knowledge, no laboratory equipment, no money to expend on analysis, and you don't have hundreds of people to experiment on to compare. How are you going to be like, oh, I trust my body. I trust my body. I'm listening to my instincts. Like, oh my God, shut up. No, you're not. 99% of the time, you're not. Just because you feel better from something doesn't mean it's healthy. Like, you can fast for 15 days and feel wonderful. Doesn't mean it's healthy at all. So, this is just the clarification of what else is there to learn with the primal diet. Fresh, raw herbs and fruits, plants, stuff like that. Is there going to be like a certain type of meat that's special? Like, okay, we got red meat, we got white meat, we got fish. Anything else? It's like, okay, are you supposed to eat a different animal? Like, oh, you need bear meat, you need raccoon meat, and you need beaver meat. It's like, it's not a huge difference, and you're still not going to break the rules of the primal diet. You're still not going to eat cooked food or add salt to it or any of this type of stuff. You're not eating rocks, okay? You're not eating iron from the earth in a pill, right? So these things do not change. Now, I hope this video brought you some clarity on what I mean when I say Aajonus is never wrong and there's nothing else to learn. It's like, okay, is there anything else to learn? Sure, new herbs and stuff. But the rules will never change. The principles of the primal diet will never change. There's just the foundation is always the same. It's just what's built on top of it. That can not change. It will never change, but there's things that could be added. You could invent new recipes, new remedies, but they won't break the rules. And I've tried to invent new recipes while I'm sick or having issues to do things. I've tried to invent recipes and remedies before, and it always backfires. Like, it'll make the problem worse. Like one time, so lemon juice with honey and sparkling water used to help my headaches when I used to have them, and I was having tooth pain, and I really, really, really wanted to fix my headache. And here's the thing: the lemon juice makes the tooth pain worse. Okay, and I wanted to have the lemon juice with honey and water to fix my headache. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to grate cheese into it because that's going to provide the minerals to prevent the demineralization from the lemon juice. It didn't fix the headache. I got more tooth pain. Just a random example. I've experimented with like recipes like that, like maybe like 5-6 different times while I'm really sick, and each time it fucks me up. I'm like, okay, no more experimenting because it really never works out. But it is possible to learn new recipes. Like Aajonus wasn't the one who invented the lubrication formula. His girlfriend Awanza it was. She thought about the lemon with the lemon with the butter, honey, and egg, and melting it, and what it would do. And I just experimented. It was right. So like, what's an example of a theoretical recipe that could help you on the diet? A certain combination of lemon juice or lime juice, or some kind of fruit blended with buttercream or coconut cream, or some type of herb juiced and mixed in it, or this herb that's juiced and mixed with this lemon or mixed with this fruit, and this combination does this and that. But then you have to have the animal fat with it always, of course, or certain types of things like Aajonus said in a video that Phil released, Philip Gain, where it talks about get a half gallon of coconut oil and olive oil or whatever, and you mix it with this and let it ferment, and then you have like one sip every day with your vegetable juice or something, like stuff like that. That doesn't go against the rules. That's not breaking any of the rules. So certain types of remedies could be invented, but it's not going to be anything cooked or dried or frozen. And it's not going to come in a pill or be made in a laboratory. It's something that could be grown in the earth. Either it's grown in the soil and you eat it, the plant, or you grow it in the soil and then an animal eats it and you eat the animal. Those are the only options. It's not going to be from a rock or some kind of laboratory-made thing, right? Okay, so I just wanted to share this.